Big John McCarthy and Josh Thomson broke down the key reasons behind Alex Pereira's loss to Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313, marking the end of what had been a legendary run for the Brazilian. Despite Pereira stuffing every takedown, Thomson pointed out that the constant threat of Ankalaev's wrestling forced him to hold back on his striking, making him hesitant and less effective than usual. Fans didn't see the Pereira they've come to expect. He was on the back foot, uncharacteristically reserved, and lacked the confidence behind his shots. Thomson emphasized that to remain at the top, you have to be a complete MMA fighter. While Pereira landed some leg kicks early on, they had little impact on Ankalaev as the fight progressed. Big John added that Ankalaev's relentless forward pressure played a major role in disrupting Pereira's game, never allowing him to find his rhythm. That said, this may not be the end of Pereira's reign at light heavyweight. His wrestling defense looked outstanding, shutting down every takedown attempt from one of the division's strongest grapplers. With just a few key adjustments to his game plan, perhaps more aggression and a stronger focus on countering the pressure, he could very well have success in a rematch. And according to Pereira himself, that's exactly what he plans to do. He's already vowed to make the necessary improvements and come back stronger. If the UFC grants him an immediate rematch, Alex will be looking to reclaim his throne and prove that he still belongs at the top.
That expectation for Alex was like, okay, look, be ready, be ready, be ready. The wrestling's coming. And it kind of did a little bit, but not at the level of which made him so hesitant in this fight, John. It only takes a split second to get caught and clipped. And we saw it a little bit too with Ankalaev. The threat of the wrestling, he was able to catch Poatan with that beautiful shot towards the end of the round. Just when we talk about the sport of MMA, you have to be an MMA artist. You have to be a mixed martial artist.
One of the big elements of the entire fight was the fact that Ankalaev, for the most part, made him move backwards, and he doesn't fight the same moving backwards. He's not as aggressive, he's not as offensive, and he's just a guy that needs to come forward, which is normal with most fighters. First off, going backwards burns more energy. Your legs tend to get a little bit more tired quickly, in a quicker fashion. You're trying to get away compared to trying to track down.
Paddy Pimblett continues to take shots at Ilia Topuria, questioning his decision to move up to lightweight. He doesn't see how the featherweight champ will handle the bigger competition at 155, calling him too small for the division. Paddy also believes El Matador moved up to avoid tougher matchups at featherweight, suggesting he ran from fights with Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopez. With only one title defense, many MMA fans and fighters, including Paddy, believe he should have defended his title a couple more times before moving up. If that were the case, Ilia might have kept his featherweight belt while moving up to 155. The long-awaited showdown between Paddy and Ilia is looking more realistic than ever, especially if Paddy can secure a massive win over Chandler. A call-out of Ilia is almost guaranteed. However, as Paddy himself pointed out, by the time he steps into the cage with Chandler, El Matador should already have a fight booked. That means their paths may not cross just yet, but the buildup is only getting stronger. If both men keep winning, this grudge match could turn into one of the biggest fights in the lightweight division.
Like, he has the audacity to call me fat when he's saying he can't make 145 anymore when he's a midget. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I think he ran from 145, to be honest, because he knew Volk not coming off a knockout loss 12 weeks earlier would give him a much tougher fight than his first fight with him. And then he also had Evloev and Lopez to fight. Like, I would have had a lot more respect for Ilia if he would have defended that belt 2 more times. And then I think he would have been able to keep his belt and not have to vacate it and move up and fight Islam or whoever has the belt at the time. But I don't think he deserves a straight title shot, and I don't think the UFC do either. I think he's going to have to fight someone in the top 3 or something if he wants to get a title shot. Because surely he's going to get a fight booked in the next couple of months. He should have a fight booked by the time I fight Michael Chandler. That's what I'm thinking anyway. He should have a fight booked by then, definitely.
Magomed Ankalaev recently revealed a heated exchange he had with Francis Ngannou that led to him refusing to spar with Francis ever again. Ankalaev, who resides in Las Vegas, frequently trains and gets sparring sessions at the UFC Performance Institute. While Ngannou was still a UFC fighter, he too would often visit the UFC gym, and the two were introduced in that setting. However, they never actually sparred until much later, when Ngannou had left the UFC and was primarily training at Eric Nixick's gym. On a recent podcast, Ankalaev shared the details of a sparring session that occurred just a few weeks before he became the UFC light heavyweight champion by defeating Alex Pereira at UFC 313. According to Ankalaev, during the sparring session, Francis went crazy on him, which caught him off guard. Magomed quickly noticed that Francis was not sparring with control, but was instead aggressively coming at him, trying to knock him out. It wasn't until later that Ankalaev found out the reason behind Ngannou's aggression. Apparently, Francis was seeking to avenge the knockout loss his friend, Dalcha Lungiambula, suffered at Ankalaev's hands in 2019. Quote, Francis sometimes doesn't control his power, so when a light heavyweight is sparring him and kind of picking him apart, he obviously gets angry and wants to hurt you. So we were sparring and I just immediately noticed that he was trying to kill me, just coming to take my head off. So I immediately shot in and took him down. I held him down, waiting for the time to run out. Then I told him to never come up to me again and asked to spar. We argued a bit and that was it. I later found out that the reason he was trying to knock me out was that I knocked out his friend, Lungiambula. End quote. Dustin Poirier's retirement fight opponent has been leaked, and it's none other than Max Holloway. In the latest interview with Submission Radio, Beneil Dariush accidentally leaked that Dustin's final opponent is set to be Max Holloway. While fans have been actively speculating about potential opponents for Poirier's final fight, it appears that the UFC has already made their decision, and Dariush was the one to reveal it. Dariush, a longtime contender in the UFC's lightweight division, was speaking about his own career and upcoming opponents when he made the revelation. He ruled out both Poirier and Holloway as potential opponents for himself in the near future, explaining that they're expected to face off against each other soon. This leaked information comes as a surprise to many fans who have been eagerly awaiting news of Poirier's retirement bout. While it isn't confirmed as an official fight announcement just yet, Dariush's statement adds a significant amount of weight to the speculation that Poirier's retirement will indeed come with a showdown against the former featherweight champion. This also raises questions about the potential impact on both fighters' legacies. Poirier, a fan favorite with an incredible career, will likely look to end on a high note, while Holloway, ever the competitor, would see this as an opportunity to further solidify his own place in UFC history.
No, and the problem is right now, my understanding is Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway are going to fight. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's 100% sealed and done, but that's what I'm hearing. Really, ahead of me, all that's left is Gamrot, which he's ranked number 9. We've already fought.
Who do you think would win between these two legends of the sport? Leave your comments below. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.